All right, let's see. What else do I have? I think it's important. I always like to touch base on DC activity. You know, that's one of the things that Pine Tars usually has a pretty active DC. There are some leagues that just don't so much, and it's always a little disappointing. You know, with the way we get to know the people within Pine Tar is really through the DC, and when they post, then we get to see their sense of humor and see how they react to certain things. And it's good to get you to know your league mates, because in most cases you're going to play with them for a few years. I mean, each year we get about a third of the league that turns over. Somebody gets promoted and a couple get demoted, but kind of the core managers, if you're going to play with them this year, you might play with them next year, and in some cases you'll get promoted, and after they got promoted, you'll go be playing with them again sometime. So you're going to play with a lot of different people over the years, and it's kind of good if everybody knows your personality a little bit. So if you can get on the DC, and even you can do one post every week or two, helps. And just but the more activity we have, then the funner it is for everybody, and hopefully everybody will take a moment to post on the DC, so especially during our draft and such, and do their best to respond to emails from all your managers and such as well. I guess the final thing I want to talk about is kind of trades, especially for the new people. We play under the same trade rules that BBM does. I do want to stress there's two-part trades are not allowed, and this usually comes up during the free agent period more than anything, where if the night before the first FA pick you trade somebody a scrub player for $4 million, so you can go pick up a free agent and then with the promise to trade that player back to them for two other players, and that's going to happen on separate nights, then that's not legal to do that. That's considered a two-part trade. The rule is trades have to stand on their own, so you can't trade a scrub player for a ton of money. You could trade a very good player for a ton of money as long as that money is relative to the player's value. But don't participate in two-part trades. We will overturn those quickly. And there are times during the season where we might allow it, but that's going to be in a situation where a pitcher is locked, perhaps. If you're going to trade player A and B for player C and D, but C is locked, so you're going to do the second part of that trade 2 days later. Let us know that in advance, or let your commissioner know, or just email it to the league. Hey, I'm going to do this, and as long as there's no tricky intent there, then that's fine. But that's about the only case you could really do a two-part trade, is if we know it in advance and it makes sense because the pitcher's locked. But don't try to do that during the FA trading period. So fair deals are always allowed, of course, but just know, you pay me now, I'm going to pay you later after I pick up an FA. That won't work. So, also, a lot of people will make last-minute trades during the free agent to jump ahead of somebody in money. That is legal to do. It is kind of frowned on a little bit, I'll be honest. That's one of those things where, managers will get upset about doing that. It's legal to do it, so I'm not going to say you can't do it. I will just say, use your judgment and know when you trade somebody to jump in front of somebody else that there might be a little animosity there, and it might be considered a little unsportsmanlike, but it is legal to do so. So I'm not going to tell you can't do it. Just be mindful of the fact that you're not going to make too many friends doing that. So only do that if you really, really need to. And I guess when trades are made during the year, if anybody wants to protest one, then the way Pine Tar handles that is you can protest directly to your commissioner and explain why you don't think the deal was fair, and you can protest it directly to me as well if you'd like, or protest it to your commissioner and copy me, even better. We will go in and talk to the two managers involved, find out what their perspective on the deal was. We'll look at the stats involved, the stat pools, how players will perform in the future and our expectation. And and we'll make a judgment there. We usually will gather all the data, talk to the managers involved, and we'll take it to the Pine Tar board. The Pine Tar board consists of myself and 6 other longtime BBM vets, and we'll look at the deal, and we all know the players, so there's not going to be any surprises to us. In keeper leagues, it's a little different because keeper trades can be very subjective, so that those are hard to overturn in most cases. If a manager thinks, hey, this guy's going to be great in 3 years, who's to say he's not? It's a little trickier. But for progression league trades, you don't have, I think he's going to be great next year and 2 years to go on. So that trade is a little easier to evaluate. And, we don't like overturning trades. We like to let our managers manage. They're here because they're good managers to begin with, and we're just determining who the best is. We know they're all good. So there's not very many trades that are made that are going to be negative for one team over the other. So unless it's a trade that's really kind of a collusive thing, then that would be a totally different thing, obviously, and we would overturn any trade that we feel is done for a collusive reason. If we can prove it, especially. So that would be the way we'd do that. And I think that's about all I got. So wish everybody a great season. And get on the DC, man. Let's get some activity going. Meet your co-managers. That's the best way to make it the most fun. And, in the end of the day, it's all about having fun. That's why we're here. And I wish everybody best of luck. And I hope to see everybody in San Diego in July. And, go at it, man. Let's have a great year. And everybody have fun. See you guys later. And thanks for participating.